Let's get this sports podcast party started, all right?
The J Reels Podcast.
Curry, and for Durant, where he came out and said, KD that is, that Steph Curry is the top 5 player of all time. Listen, we know how influential Curry has been in the sport when it comes to just his shooting prowess, greatest shooter in the history of the sport. Nobody's going to argue that. Three-point shooter, etc. He could shoot it from an inch behind the three-point arc or literally under his own basket to try to shoot from 94 feet across. We get it that his range is sick, almost unparalleled. I know there's a couple of guys, Damian Lillard comes to mind, and a few others, Trae Young. But we know as great of a shooter as Steph Curry is, and Durant, who's been in the league a long time and is one of the all-time greats, but for him to say he's top 5 is completely out of line. It just is. And people can say, Jay Reels, oh, come on, what are you talking about? Oh, Steph Curry, the way he shoots, influential, so on and so forth, changed the game. He did. Influential and being top 5 are two separate things. Because I can name, not even top 5, I can name 10 players in the history of the sport that are better than Steph Curry. Or that you'd want in a big spot over Steph Curry. Jordan, no-brainer. Magic Johnson, who's also part of that influential conversation as being a 6'9" point guard, winning 5 titles and 1 in his rookie year at center. What did he put up? 42, 15, and 9? We can go through the whole list. Bird. You want to say Tim Duncan? I understand Tim Duncan was a power forward, but he's the greatest power forward of all time. Would you rather have him in a big spot or Steph Curry? And I get it that Curry is going to put those daggers in the opposing team's heart when it comes to crunch time and being clutch, etc. But give me Tim Duncan over Steph Curry. Kobe Bryant, just as much of a killer, if not more, than Curry. So for Kevin Durant to say that, maybe it was just because they lost and Curry hit that dagger 3, which set them up for victory there in San Francisco Saturday night. But to me, Kevin Durant, I thought that was totally out of bounds for him to say that Curry's a top 5 player of all time. You want to argue top 10? I can even argue that. He's not in my top 10. He's between 10 and 15 somewhere. But top 5? Let's be real.